Stage 1. If you want to take your graffiti to the next level, this video is for you. Today, the name I choose to draw is Kendrick, spelled Kendrick. Before you start drawing a graffiti piece, go to the internet and find a letter font that interests you. Once you choose a font, your job as a graffiti artist is to transform it into your own graffiti style. For this piece, I used calligraphy-inspired font as my foundation, but I gave it my own unique style by bending, twisting, and connecting the letters together. As always, remember to draw lightly at first. This will make it easier to make corrections and adjustments as you build your piece. Watch closely as I draw the graffiti piece from the start to finish. In this video, I will also show you how I use colored pencils, which is the medium I choose to create this artwork. What's up, YouTube and graffiti artists? My name is Louis Ning Chong and welcome to my channel. Now let's move on to the next stage. Stage 2. In the second stage, I begin adding extensions, arrows, and small details that help bring the piece to life. I start with the letter K, adding extensions and several arrows, including one near at the bottom. Then I move on to the letter E, building up the structure of the letter, adding serifs, and finishing it with an arrow at the bottom. One thing you will notice about my style is that I like to place arrows throughout the piece to create movement and energy. Next, I work on the letter N. I add small arrows coming down from one end and one right side of the letter. I break it slightly to create more visual interest. Then I move on to the letter D. Whenever I notice a negative space between the letters, I fill those areas with bits and pieces to keep the drawing tight and connected. After that, I work on the letter R, giving it the same treatment as the previous letters. Since Kendrick is a fairly long name and I have to pay attention to spacing, so everything fits nicely on a single page. Sometimes when a name is very long, I create the page spread instead. Next, I work on the letter I, adding an arrow at the bottom to maintain consistency throughout the piece. Then I move to the letter C, connecting to the build up with the extensions and additional details. At this stage, I can still make changes if needed. Sometimes when I'm coloring later on the overlapping shapes and I create strong connections between the letters. Finally, I finish with the last letter K, adding extensions and extra details to complete the piece. Notice how the extensions on both the first K and the last K help frame the entire name, creating balanced composition from beginning to end. Stage 3. Now we move on to the stage 3. If you want to give your Wildstyle Graffiti a three-dimensional block letter look, we have to use an artist technique called perspective drawing. Before I begin, I place an extra sheet of paper underneath my drawing page. Why do I do this? Because it allows me to create a vanishing point further away from the artwork. This is one of the best ways to create believable perspective. If the vanishing point is too close to the drawing, then perspective can look distorted and unnatural. For this piece, I am placed my vanishing point below and the right of the page. From there, I position my ruler on the vanishing point and draw light guidelines extending upward toward the corners of each letter. I am not going to draw every perspective line on the camera, but you will get the idea. As the stage develops, you will begin to see the block letters emerge and give the graffiti a strong three-dimensional appearance. For this piece, we are using a worm's eye view perspective. In other words, we are looking up at the name from below, which gives it a powerful and dramatic effect. Stage 4. Now it's time for the coloring stage. As I look As I color the piece, I continue erasing any remaining construction lines to keep the artwork clean. The color scheme I choose for this piece is based mainly on cool colors such as greens, purples, and blues. My dominant color is gray, using both light and dark values. To soften the darker gray, I mix a little bit wild white on to lighten it and create smoother transitions. For the details inside the letters, I use a variety of greens and purples and blues. Since I am working with colored pencils, it is important to understand the proper technique. Colored pencils are wax-based, and using them effectively requires patience and layering. Avoid pressing hard right away. Instead, build your colors gradually using light overlapping layers. You can use small circular motions or consistent back and forth strokes. This helps the colors blend smoothly on the paper. When layering, start with your lightest colors first and gradually work toward the darkest values. By overlapping the colors and create richer tones and smoother transitions. For blending, overlap the neighboring colors and gently work over the transition areas. For example, I blend light gray and dark gray to create a smooth fade between the values. Now let's talk about burnishing. What is burnishing? Burnishing is the process of pressing firmly with the colored pencil after several layers have been applied. You can use a colored pencil that matches the area you are working on, or use a colorless blender. This helps smooth out the texture and creates a polished appearance. Next, let's look at the block letters. The light source is coming from the front of the piece, so I add the highlights using a white colored pencil. As we move into the thickness of the block letters, the values are become darker because those areas receive less light. For the shadows, I use darker greens and mix with a touch of black to create depth and give the blacks more dimensions. One thing I forgot to mention is that I will not be outlining this piece. I want the artwork to have a more realistic and painterly appearance rather than just the traditional outline graffiti look. Now let's move to the background. For the background, I use reds and pinks. For the first, I color around the name and red colored pencil, building up at least 2 layers to create richness and depth. For the pink areas, I use light pressure. Remember, you do not always need to create lighter values. Simply applying less pressure with the colored pencil can create lighter tones that contrast beautifully against the darker areas. This combination of light and dark values helps the name stand out from the background. Finally, I add the finishing details and make any final adjustments needed to complete the piece. Okay, here we go. Kendrick. Name is Kendrick. Done in colored pencil. Alright, so if you want me to draw your name in Wildstyle letters, graffiti letters, just let me know. Just take out the links down below. I have my Etsy store and give you more. Go to the Etsy store to give you some more info. Give it a like. Make a comment of any questions. Share the video to all your friends. Subscribe to my channel. My name is Louis Ding John. Thanks for watching.